Guys, I need to talk about something that's got me fucking fired up. Fired up. Strong fire in my gut. That thing that got me fired up, I was in the bathroom. I was taking a dump, as I normally do every morning. And I hear on the TV, just as I'm finishing up, a news as Columbus Day celebrations are whatever by COVID, postponed whatever fucking by COVID, a new statue in New York City opened up to venerate or whatever the Italian American saint. The Italian American saint. So, I give you a little history lesson if you think Christopher Columbus should be an Italian American saint. Christopher Columbus was an explorer. I don't remember what year he was born in, but I think he died in the early 1500s. He was an explorer, Italian explorer, and at some point he was by the kings and queens of Spain, or yes, I think it was King Ferdinand, and I don't know probably what the queen was, but they tasked him with going down to exploring. I think they wanted a better trade with India or something. So he did that. He was like, all right. So he went into a boat, got into a little boat, you know. Well, there's three boats actually. There was the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. He got into the boat and he traveled west. Eventually, he hit into an island. Not a continent. He hit into an island. The island that he hit into was known as Hispaniola. Hispaniola, in modern terms, is known as the island that one half is made up of the Dominican Republic and the other half is made up of Haiti. So one thing I just want to get past right now is Christopher Columbus never discovered America, at least America in the terms that we think of, which is either the United States or North and South America. He discovered an island in the Caribbean, if anything, he discovered the island of Hispaniola. So if you want to put a statue up of Christopher Columbus in the Dominican Republic or Haiti, do that, but certainly don't put one up in New York City. Anyway, let me get to my next point. Another thing Christopher Columbus did was literal genocide. Christopher Columbus killed, or was responsible for the deaths of almost, nearly 1 million Taino, probably more actually, and he's responsible for probably the near extinction of the Taino people as well. And if I'm pronouncing Taino or Taino wrong, I'm sorry, I don't really know the pronunciation of it well, but he, T-A-I with the little accent, N-O, I believe is how it's spelled. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize. But he caused the near, extinction of Taino. I think maybe a few were able to get away, or maybe a few were spared and, made their way to, Puerto Rico or something, but, he caused the near extinction of the Taino, you know? Literal. And the shit he did was so horrendous. There was, people on his, you could make the argument for, oh, this was back then, they did that stuff back then. There were people on his ship who were literally yo, Columbus, you gotta cool this shit down, this is not good. There was a guy on his ship, I don't remember his name, but you can look this up. He was, a member on his ship, right? And he saw, the horrible shit Columbus was doing, fucking smashing babies against rocks and, raping women and cutting open pregnant women's bellies. He saw this shit, and he went back to Europe and became a fucking priest. He became a priest and fought for Indigenous Peoples' rights. That's how bad the shit Columbus did. How bad the shit Columbus did was, he became a priest because he was so traumatized by the shit he saw over there. Oh my God. It's Columbus was not a fucking, should not be venerated as a saint. We have this thing in America, in the United States, where we teach like that. We teach so the American education system to make it more ideal for kids to believe America's great. We put in a lot of like false things about America, that America's this great country, when America's not really a great country. Like, there's good things about America, certainly, and we have really cool parts of our history. Like, I love history. That's my plan to major in high school about history. But there's so many things about America that's like just not good. Like, we have great stuff. We have like the fact that America fought fascism in World War II. We have the fact that, you know, we had the civil rights movement and all that stuff, the gay rights movement, whatever. But then we have shit like, you know, slavery, the Native American genocide. Fucking half the time we were in Vietnam, we have a lot of bad shit to match up with our good shit. You know, maybe in some cases the bad shit might be more. I don't know. But it's just like, you know, it's Columbus. So here's two things about Columbus as well. Is the continents of North and South America are they called Columbia? No. Why are they not called Columbia? Because they're named after Amerigo Vespucci. Not a lot of people know about Amerigo Vespucci, but he was an Italian explorer who, he was also a merchant or whatever. He was who the Americas were named after, because I believe he early on mapped out a lot of the Americas. That's why they're called America, after Amerigo Vespucci. There you go. So, in addition, to this, well, there are two parts in the Americas that are notable places that are named after that are named after Columbus. That is the U.S. District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., and there's the little country Colombia, named after Columbus. So those two places are actually named after Columbus. But all of the Americas, I'm saying, you know, from Canada and Greenland all the way down to the southern tip of Argentina and Alaska are not called Columbia. That's because he did not. Oh, and all the Caribbean too. We can't forget them. They're not called Columbia. That little island off of Argentina. They're not called Columbia. They're called America because of Amerigo's history. And two more things, actually. A lot of people are starting to call Columbus Day Indigenous Peoples Day, which I'm completely fine with, because, like, if anything, that's a more suitable holiday than fucking Columbus Day. Like, we don't have the Adolf Hitler Day. We don't have a fucking well, actually, some neo-Nazis actually like to call February 20th Adolf Hitler Day, because that was when he was born. But I mean, 420 is better off being National Weed Day, so let's keep 420 as that. So anyway, we don't have a Joseph Stalin Day. We don't have a Mao Zedong Day. Well, actually, they might in China. But yeah, we don't have those days. Like, in America, we should only have holidays about, like, good people, like MLK Day. Like, I think Martin Luther King Day is pretty good. You know, he did a lot of important stuff, but, like, Martin Luther King Day is a lot better than having a fucking Columbus Day. Like, what are you guys doing? And there's also another holiday I'd like to direct more people's attention to. Now, this holiday is sort of a meme, because SpongeBob kind of made it a bit of a meme. But I legitimately believe we should start celebrating Leif Erikson Day. You know, Hinga Dinga Durgan. We should start celebrating Leif Erikson Day. I mean, because if you look at history, Leif Erikson, that guy, that Viking, He hit America first. Literally. He literally bumped into Nova Scotia, which counts as mainland America. Not even an island, not like Columbus who hit Hispaniola. He hit mainland America, what is modern day Nova Scotia. He tried setting up the colony of Vinland. It failed for whatever reason. But he's tried setting up the colony of Vinland in Nova Scotia. And he failed. But he reached America first. Literally. Over 500 years before Columbus touched Hispaniola, Leif Erikson hit Nova Scotia. So, instead of Columbus Day, a few days ago was, in fact, I believe about 3 days ago at this point, was Leif Erikson Day. And if anything, we should be celebrating Leif Erikson Day instead of Columbus Day, because Leif Erikson, I don't know if he committed some atrocities though, but he's certainly more deserving of the title of a day than Columbus Day, than Columbus, that genocidal maniac. Well, that's all I have to say. This has been a somewhat longer vlog than I will usually do. Also, I will have to say, as a member of the Italian-American community, I do not claim Columbus as a saint. I would be ridiculous to do so. And anybody else is quite uneducated or a maniac. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye!